Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Pete. It is Monday, January 29th, 2024. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to do a quick video here. It's going to be a little bit out of the template and formula that I've been using, where I've been giving some, specific categories, breakdowns, whether it's songs or the daily wall sit. And I'm just going to focus in today. I'm going to show you one exercise that I really enjoy quite a bit, and what it does for overall strengthening in your back and your core. We'll move the video camera over here, and then you'll get to see the Norfolk pine over there. But I hope you all had a great weekend. A lot of things are happening right now in our country to be encouraged by. I know there's a lot of things that are discouraging as well, but with this video series, try to show everybody how to stay focused in on the light, in on the positive things, and be encouraged and uplifted by all of the different wonderful things that are happening, but also try to be encouraging and uplifting to other people in your life. Giving them all of the love and guidance and support that you can and that they need. And I wanted to talk about this morning is injury. And injury can be those little nagging injuries that you have, a finger, or up into like a really big one, like your lower back, or maybe you tore a pec or a bicep. And those things, those type of injuries, and even headaches, dealing with the headaches that you get. Some people are just, they have to endure these, major, what do you call them, migraines. I think it's really important to figure out what your process is going to be to work through those types of injuries. Things that I have learned myself personally and the research that I have done all point to you have to stay active. Now, obviously, there will be some injuries that are so catastrophic that you have to stay immobilized, right? Those, I don't know a percentage they account for, but it is it is a percentage, but it's a much smaller percentage than the overall, all of the other injuries that are out there combined. What I choose to do, based on, what I try to, impress upon each and every person with this video series is really learn about yourself. Take the opportunity to explore. For example, I was testing all the waters in our area. Because I would get really dry skin, and I would get heartburn drinking these different waters. So whether they had high levels of fluoride or chlorine or calcium in them, and that would adversely affect me. But then I finally found a couple of different waters that really worked well for me. And it was kind of cool to go through that. I didn't test any of the waters other than, I probably should have, but I did. The testing was me, my body, and how I responded to that. And it was very, very cool. I always wondered how people, scientists always have a ton of respect for these scientists and these researchers, investigators, investigative reporters, or even in law enforcement, that they are able to very clinically, and methodically go through each and every one of the things that they need to. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. But my point is on that, you got to find the different things that work for you. When I get an injury, and no matter how bad it is, I immediately start to work that muscle or whatever that body part is. And, I will also engage in massage or stretching, both of those things. I will incorporate heat into it. So I'll take as hot a shower. If you've got a sauna, a natural sauna, I prefer. For whatever reason, for me, the infrared sauna, and people can say it's just in your head, but I tried the infrared sauna several different times, and the results were the same. Natural saunas have a huge and wonderful and powerful effect on the human body, and they're pretty affordable. You can usually get into one for right around $1,000. Highly worth that investment. The natural sauna with the actual natural, that with a low EMF, because it's got the heat generator or whatever they call that thing, but not the infrared panels. And those things, they work great. The heat, like I said, Epsom salt baths are really, really good for me. Um, but what I also, try to do is not just the stretching and the mobility and the massage and the heat. And the reason for myself personally, whenever I've had an injury and I've put ice on it, my healing time has been extended by probably anywhere from 2 to 4 times as long, and sometimes even longer. A lot of people's bodies respond to ice very, very well. Just test your body and see, how it deals with it and how you're able to overcome that injury. Me putting heat on it right away has been the key component for me to get through injuries pretty quickly. And I've really enjoyed it. I've had some very, whether it's been, a tendon or a ligament or a muscle, and, within a couple of days, I'm already seeing improvements and getting back on the path. Because when you have those injuries and the longer they last, you know what that does. It just crushes you. You're not doing anything around your house. You're not doing anything, you don't want to go to work. You don't want to be around your family, your friends. You don't want to go to church. You don't want to do anything. So the whole point of this video is, how do you get through those injuries? Staying hydrated is a very important component of that. Making sure you're eating a balanced amount of proteins and carbs so that your body can use that to heal the area that it needs. Because so many times we don't want to eat or we can't eat. And it's so important for us to do that. Another thing that I'll engage in is some vigorous aerobic activity. Typically, I don't get into the aerobic workouts, but if I've got an injury or I'm dealing with something else, that will really elevate the different things in your system, which I don't have the scientific vernacular or the medical vernacular for that. So I apologize. There, you want to want those videos, you got to go to some other page. But it really does improve, and you get through it and you work through your injury really, really quickly. And do what you can. At least when you're doing what you can, you're not getting to a point where you're like 3-4 weeks down out, and then you got to get all the way back, and you're discouraged by the fact that you weren't doing it. And you're no longer at the levels that you were prior to the injury. We're always trying to avoid injury, but it's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to happen, and we don't want to expect it, but when it happens, we want to be able to deal with it. And that's all I think I have to say. As far as vitamins and different things to take, I don't really know. I don't want to give anybody those suggestions. There are other pages you can go to that they will give you some very, specific things you can take to heal, the different types of injuries. But like I said, stretching, your mobility, massage, keeping it fluid and flexible, a little bit of aerobic exercise, keeping the heat on it. Epsom salt baths are huge. Doing it as hot as you can. A lot of times ankle and wrist injuries will heal almost instantaneously, with doing that. So I hope this information helps you if you are struggling with an injury. Did want to show you an exercise quick. I'm not going to be able to have a full range of movement with this because it's a little bit heavy. But like I told you, sometimes with the exercises that I do, this is the 150, this is the light 100, and then the regular 50, and it's just the handle. And I've got this in the door at a shoulder height. And I'll show you guys what this is and how the movement goes. You're just going to turn this over here so you can see me. There's the Norfolk Pine. So you're going to stand. Oh, we got to go a little bit further. Hopefully you don't see anything too torrid over there. There's nothing torrid over there. Oh no, it's just the flag. So you take and you make sure that you're stretched all the way out like this. Your arm is completely out to the side. It's tough for you to see that, but I guess I could show you. So your arm would be just like this, completely straight out, and at that shoulder height, parallel to the ground. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pull this in. You're going to want to get a low squatted base so that you're able to move it, and you're going to pull that as tight and as deep as you can with that elbow going into your back. And that is a wonderful exercise for your back, your forearm, your tricep, you're going to feel it in that, your bicep, you're going to feel it in that, your shoulder. Just that simple movement is so awesome. And then the stretch and mobility that you get from it. And then what you can do is you can do a hold with that, or you can do a pulse with that. I try to do 25 reps, the full rep, and then, with the, oh, I don't know if that was bad or not, just heard a pop. So, but if you do like this, you're going to give the pulse, and then, or the hold, like I said, and or the full range of movement. With each one of those exercises that I do, I could probably just stand here. With each one of those exercises that I do, I incorporate that micro movement and then the hold. I'm out of breath. See, I probably should do a little bit more cardio, or just the full range of movement. And your full range of movement, just so you can see that, is this, with that elbow going in as deep to your side as you can, and that position. So it's just hitting like the base of your back there, and with that movement there, just those flabby parts of your back, it's gonna tighten those up really, really fast. So I don't have a Bible verse today. I should have, but I just felt like I really needed to get this video out. For injuries, I know this time of year is a tough one for people that struggle with chronic coughs and asthma and sore throats and migraines. But truly, if you stay active through those things, and even those minor injuries, hand injuries or whatever, and you'd be surprised, even with some of the back injuries, just staying active, mobile, stretching, and flexibility will be a huge help. God bless everyone. Much love. Huge hugs. Take care. I'll see you soon, and stay healthy and stay strong.